Do you enjoy playing on luxurious backgammon boards? If so, Bone Club boards are some of the best boards that you can play on. And the creator, Guy Haslem, joins me in an exclusive interview in this video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, in this video, it's my great pleasure to be conducting an interview with Guy Haslem of Bone Club Backgammon Boards. Hello.
Hey, Alex, you okay? Nice to
Very
see you.
good. Likewise, it's a pleasure to see you. How are you doing today?
Great. The sun's shining out here in Lancashire, so yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so you're in like the northern UK?
Yeah, northwest, sort of near Manchester, near Liverpool, in a marvelous place called Blackpool. So yeah, it's great place to live. Yeah, it's lovely.
Very good. I'm very excited to discuss the Bone Club backgammon boards. Before we do, I'd like to start with a little bit of biographical information, if I may. Please tell
Yeah.
us where you were born and raised.
Okay, so I was born in Blackpool and I was raised in a little town called Cleveleys. Went to a school just down the road and called Rossall, and then went off to Liverpool University. I studied dentistry, which I soon realised was one of the most ridiculous things for me to be doing, and I dropped that. And then I did psychology for a while at university, and eventually dropped that and ended up at a casino as a croupier. So that was my sort of move into backgammon. Well, it wasn't my first move, but it was one of the things, because when we used to play roulette, when you're dealing roulette, and you go for a break, your mind's just going so fast because of all the numbers, and people didn't want to stop when they were playing roulette, so they used to play backgammon in the break and just carry on playing and then go straight back down, so you didn't have to restart your mind again. And it was a great way to learn backgammon.
That's great. It sounds like you enjoy games like I do, and a lot of the viewers. Fantastic. So, outside of backgammon, do you have any other hobbies and interests?
My after doing the croupier, I became a web designer. We set up one of the first web design agencies in the country, probably in 1996. It was a long time ago, at the early days of the internet. So there's always been any internet stuff. I really like quite a few businesses that I've set up over the years, fashion businesses, discount businesses. I'm also a magician as well, believe it or not. So I've sold magic online, and yeah, it's so e-commerce and magic and music. Massively, music is a big thing for me as well.
That's fantastic. I feel like the internet has changed everything, even in backgammon, because now there are platforms where you can play online, and even this YouTube video channel helps promote backgammon. People watch it, and they have live streams, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's for backgammon. It's becoming such a great tool. It's really building the community, which is brilliant. There's a lot of people doing some fantastic stuff online, and real pioneers out there like yourself that are just building and building. So yeah, the future's good, I think, for backgammon with the internet involved.
Yeah, I agree. So, how did you first get into backgammon yourself?
Well, I think I was around seven, and we had one of those old sort of like cardboard sets. Well, more than cardboard, it was like a almost like an MDF really, and that was, I don't know, it was like classic size. It wasn't a big board, but my mum taught me to play when I was seven, and I really loved it. I just loved that the whole fact of throwing the dice, not knowing what was going to go. And before we knew it, within a couple of hours we could play, and we carried on playing for years, and loved playing together. It was great. But it was always something that came in and out of my life, backgammon. And, I dropped it when I went to school and then picked it up at university and then at the casino and then took some time off. And so it's definitely been in and out of my life quite a lot. But now it's for the past sort of 20 years, it's certainly been in my life all the time. Yeah.
What would you say you enjoy most about backgammon?
Um, well, that's the I think making boards is the first thing. However, we'll get into that later. But I think I just love the fact that you know um, a beginner can be a master. And I've got an example of this, and Oliver will not be happy that I'm going to tell this story. But Oliver Squire, the utter grandmaster, young fella, and he played my son Cooper when Cooper was possibly 10. And he played it was only a single game, and the Cooper just firing the cube back at him, and Oliver was making these decisions. It got up to 16, and Ollie took it, and Cooper just beat him. And that is the beauty of it. One game, then it's anyone's game. But obviously, Oliver was going to win all the other games.
That's funny. So you do have a true passion for making boards as demonstrated by all the beautiful boards. And I think that's fantastic. If you enjoy what you do, I feel like you do a better job at it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. It is a passion, and it's something that really, when I get my head into it and I'm doing working on a certain part of a board, it's like a meditative state. It really, you're sort of concentrating so much on it. But it's definitely an experience to make a backgammon board. I think everyone around the world who makes a board would think, oh yeah, you're creating something special here.
Very good. So when did you first start making boards, and what inspired you to start doing that?
Well, I it was about, well, I don't know, probably 12 years ago, something like that. Um, I I'd done a furniture restoration course before that. I'd learned how to restore antiques, and there was a machining course within that, and a design element to it. And I finished that, and I realised that it wasn't again career for me. You're probably noticing a theme here. However, I grabbed a piece of paper and started drawing backgammon boards, and I thought I've got to do something. And I started drawing backgammon boards, started designing them, and literally from hospital, I haven't stopped since. And now, I feel confident. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but I feel good that I'm not going to become poorly again, because I really feel it's been something that's helped me, concentrate on stuff and just produce something. I think actually making something and being part of something that you can give away is quite a gift, and it's helped me mentally to from a mental health point of view, definitely.
That's great. It does. It's just like playing backgammon is and focusing on backgammon or anything just helps
Yeah,
your mentality, your frame of mind. That's fantastic.
yeah, definitely.
All right, so this is the beautiful online store, the Backgammon Shop. I'll let you guide me through this, and we'll look at some of the beautiful boards.
Okay, great. So the first one that you hit with there is a board that's set up incorrectly. Unfortunately, the photographer got it wrong.
I see that.
Yeah, so there we go. However, it was a board designed for a company called Abask. I did a limited edition set of boards for them, and that is a mun ebony, gorgeous timber, really, really pretty. And I love the browns and oranges there. It's sort of I don't know, a contemporary take on an old classic, isn't it? But it's very pretty. Yeah, so that's that one. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you get an introduction, and you get a few
Oh,
boards
wow.
here that yeah, they're just like featured boards. You'll notice that you've got Bowie there, which is the leather board, the blue. Yeah, yeah. That's 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 my big seller, really. Well,
Oh,
one of the big sellers. The competition, sorry, tournament backgammon board, and it's a full leather set. And yeah, it's a lovely board. I've got one to show you later on. The checkers are really lovely to play with. Got those nice Italian locks. Yeah,
So this is the Bowie style, and it comes in different colors.
yeah. It comes in loads of different colors. That the whole idea with these boards is you can have any color. Um, uh, Somebody came along with a hat. This is honestly a true story. A hat, a plate, a dinner plate. I think it was a piece of wallpaper and a jumper or something, and said, "I want to have a backgammon board that matches these colors." And we did it because we get the leather made to specifically to those colors. Yeah, so color choice is definitely a big thing. We have a friend of ours called Moo, who is a color specialist, and she will. We have an online consultation, generally one or two of these, and we go through the color palettes, and it takes a long time. You can't just do it quickly. This is something that's really important. People might have these for decades, and they might be passed down family. The colors are very important, so we take it very seriously. And yeah, we eventually hopefully get to a color palette that everyone's really pleased with.
It's beautiful. So I see here there's a palette of colors and nickel or brass checkers with inlaid leather. Those are really beautiful. And then you can make different sizes. So 38, 44.5, and 50 millimeters. So that makes the board different sizes, right?
Yeah, we've got a classic, a tournament, and a competition size board there. Yeah.
And I really like that there's a slot here for the cups that you can put in. That really helps when you're transporting it.
Yeah, definitely it does. And it's also designed for clocks to, well, a certain clock
You can
to
fit the clock on there.
yeah, it sits nicely in there as well. Yeah. That cube there is the
Oh, I'll go
that
back.
yeah, that's the ball cornered cube that we do. It's a really nice cube. We don't push those. People request them. However, the exploded cube is our signature
Yeah,
um, piece, really.
we'll take a look at that one. Okay. Let's take a look at some of these other ones. The Wonder one.
Yeah. So this is black and white ebony, and it's really
Wow.
nice, pretty timber. Yeah, it's all those shakers are just a joy to use. They're really, really lovely. There's the cube, the exploded cube. That's in steel.
So
Uh,
tell us about this because this is a unique cube. How did you
yeah,
come up with the design?
it was. I saw a piece of art years ago, years and years ago, and I think it was called "Be of the Bang." I don't know the name of the artist, but it had the central point and it had loads of letters coming out of it. And I really liked that concept. And I thought, well, let's see if I can do something similar with a doubling cube. And that's what I did. And then put the frame on the outside as well, just to make it even more cube-like. So you can have it with the frame or without the frame. And it's yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty cool. And they come custom as well, so you can, have your own initials on and stuff.
Very good. Let's see some of the other ones. Jazzberry Blue.
Okay, so we're starting to do
Wow.
collaborations with artists, and these are Jazzberry Blues, an artist that I really liked online, and we've taken one of their pieces of work and worked it into a board, and it's a joint project. They are getting commission on every board sold, and
And
yeah,
this is the cube that you were talking about without the frame?
yeah, it is. Yeah, that's just a 3D printed one. It's not really a super heavy cube, but you can upgrade these things to whatever you want. Really, those checkers are really nice as well. They're like matte checkers, opaque matte checkers with a lovely finger dish. They feel really nice, and they slide beautifully as well.
And the surfaces are leather, looks like.
Yeah, that's a printed leather. So we use a really lovely double butt leather, and then we put a special grain on it. You can actually see in that picture that the grain's not uniform. It's
Yeah.
it's got It's really the pattern's quite large on the grain, so it looks very luxurious. That one's not inlaid. That's just a printed surface. But it's a fast, lovely surface to play on, and with the wooden sides, you get a
Yeah.
nice sound when you're playing with the checkers hitting the sides of the board.
Let's see. Yeah, I really like the texture surface.
Yeah, so Franklin there is a competitions. That one's a yeah competition size board, and that comes with a lovely little chouette set as well that fits
Oh,
in.
nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty, and that's all custom made.
So what are the size? What's the size of the checkers on the competition? Is that
These are 50 mil, 50
okay?
mil. Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
that looks like a custom surface and the
Uh,
checkers?
Yeah, the custom checkers, custom surface. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's lovely. And there you see on that picture there on the corner, if you go
Okay.
back a sec, on the corner, you can see the little dots. So we have
Sure.
little dots there, strengthening joints there. They're pretty as well, but they also give strength. And if you notice on the maybe if you flick through a few pictures, you'll see um, there's the chouette set,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Maybe we'll go back.
Yeah.
Those are these called like I've heard them called dovetail or something like that.
No, that's not dovetail. Those I don't know what they're called. Those it's
Okay.
something I've never seen those on a board before. If you can just go back maybe one more, you might see it. Dum, 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 dum. Another one. No, you can't see it. I'll have to show you on a different board.
Okay.
There it is. There it is. So you've got
Oh,
the dots next to the pips. Those little dots there, just on the
oh,
top.
here. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. So they're purely decorative, but they really add a nice feature to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
This,
they're really nice. And
and
then
this is the Zebrano wood.
yeah, that's Zebrano.
Beautiful, beautiful wood.
And then you've got on the outside of the walls, you've got like the inner walls, which are skinners, we call them. They're leather ones, but you can have them in timber if you wanted,
Wow.
depending on what sound you want when you play with the board.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice one, that.
Okay. So, and this is the Lennox.
Yeah, this is a more sort of a entry level board, and it comes in two different. Oh, we've got a video there. It comes in two different designs, in a natural and a black. And yeah, it's again, this is actually pineapple leather that you'll see there. So that's made from pineapples, believe it or not. And it's yeah, it's great.
Wow.
And that's about, I think that's £900 for that. So you're getting
Okay.
a really luxurious board for a good cost. That's pineapple leather on the outside as well.
Wow. And this is a printed leather. It's not
Yeah,
in,
that's printed leather. Yeah,
and you have your logo here.
yeah. You can have it with or without the logo as well.
Very good. And
Yeah.
okay, so we went through all of these.
Okay, we'll move on.
So this is
Um,
crafted in your shop, and we'll take a look at that.
yeah.
And
Um, that's a walnut board. Maybe if we go and have a look at the timber boards, and we can come back to the homepage.
like this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so with a couple we've seen, if you carry on going down, and then you've got that Davis on the right hand side.
Yeah, let's take a look. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's the color palette that we spent a long. I'm not joking. It was about 6 weeks to get to the color palette,
Wow. And this is
and
the texture. You can
yeah,
see.
yeah, you see it there. It must have taken. We must have gone through. I don't know, 100. No, maybe not. 50 different palettes to get there to get the final version.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm glad we did because look at it. It just looks stunning.
It is.
And it doesn't. I feel it doesn't look too crazy. A lot of five color palettes look too crazy, but I think with
Yeah.
that one, it works. Then you got on the left there, you've got
Oh,
Marley. Yeah,
okay.
so that's just a pure oak board. They've got the little brass dots on them as well.
Yes.
They were some custom dice that we did. Yeah, so that's that one. And then further down, have we got anything else? So these are all the options on the Lennox, these ones really. We've seen the leather ones.
Okay.
Then you're into the realms of the tabletops. So if you have a
This
quick,
one is unbelievable.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that is it's called Shabaka. And if we go into that, I mean it's got a price tag with it, but you know, it is something else.
What kind of wood is this?
So that's Macassar ebony, and it's solid and it's solid brass as well. So you know this is a big board, and I recommend two people to carry it. It's not the sort of thing that you put in the back of your car. This is it's like installed into a house really, rather than sort of brought out. It's you know it stays in the same place.
Right.
Yeah.
They would call it like a tabletop, an open board.
Yeah, it's an open board, and it's the whole table is designed to the golden ratio. It's a special design that I came up with every one of those slices of timber. So the actual the thicknesses of them, you can see them there, the Macassar ebony and the brass. They're all numbers from the Fibonacci sequence as well. So they are, you know, it's a mathematical game, backgammon. It has patterns in it. It's very you know, mathematical. So I thought, well, why not ingrain some of that beauty of mathematics into the board whatsoever, and added an extra dimension that you wouldn't normally see. So it's great, and there's not even any polish on that. That is just
Wow. Wow.
sanded up to 10,000 grit sandpaper. There must have
Wow.
been about, I don't know, 6, 7 days just of sanding, probably more.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I do have another tabletop actually,
Okay.
but that's in the brochure, so maybe we could have a quick flick of that.
Dublin.
Carrying down,
You want to look at the Dublin cubes? Because we saw.
yeah. I don't think I've got that many cubes on there, believe it or not. But let's see what's there.
Wow, these are beautiful, like different colors.
Yeah. You can have different colors, and then maybe if you go into one of, to be honest, I need to update the cubes. I've not really got a lot of them on there, but you can have them in various colors and
Oh,
different.
yes.
Yeah,
To match the palette.
we do metals, we do brass, aluminium, stainless, steel. What else do we do? Bronze, silver. You know, lots of different cubes.
Okay. And then how about let's look at the accessories while we're here.
And probably not that much in there. We got the membership card,
Yeah. And the
uh,
dice. Okay.
dice.
Okay.
We're looking at doing scoreboards and all kinds of stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But it's
Merchandise. What do you have, like hats?
yeah, we got some hats. Yeah,
Nice.
they are cool. Those they're really nice new era hats. Um,
Okay.
yeah, maybe get the brochure open. Oh no, before we do that,
Yeah.
if you go up to the top and go to membership.
Did you want to see these tables while
Oh
we're here?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll have a quick look at the tables.
Take a
Yeah,
look at
there's
the
there's
tables.
not a lot there actually. There's Gallagher. That's an outdoor table made of Corian. It's a Corian surface. I've got a table here to show you as well. So
Wow.
yeah, they're nice outdoor tables actually.
These ones, I feel like it would be hard to roll the dice because there are no edges. This is flat, right?
Yeah, yeah, that is flat. Now the reason I did that is because of the rain, and
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is
and
designed
we
to
we
go
we
towards.
have like a little. You get like a little tray to go on the side, so you roll your dice in that.
Oh, okay.
Tray to come with it.
Okay, so let's go back to the home page. And the membership?
Oh, yeah, membership, yeah. So if you join up here, then you get discounts. You can become a patron and get one of the Walnut business cards.
Oh,
and yeah, you get different discounts, but literally just joining, you get a discount. So we put events on all around the country and in the world now, because we've got Australia's just started off one in Sydney, we've got one in Tenerife, we've got the ones here in Lancashire, we've got what else have we got? We've got one in America, starting in Indiana. So yeah, we're hoping on the South African one. So we're literally trying to get bone clubs going all around the world so people can come and enjoy backgammon. And a lot of it, I have to be honest, is based on people having a great time, listening to great music, and playing backgammon. It's not super high-end competitions. We are going to run some of those as well, but the majority is social backgammon. People come in having a good laugh and playing for a bit of a bottle of wine or something. It's good.
and so these can all be customized, and this is the customization process, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
So there's all this stuff. Wow. There's a lot that goes on. How long, this is a good question the viewers would be interested in. How long does the process take between when someone first contacts you and going through all this until the board arrives?
Well, that's a great question. Number one, it depends what's on the order books already. At the moment, I'm pretty stacked. So if somebody came in and said I wanted a board, it would be quite a while. However, if I was ready to go on a new board, it's generally 3 months. Sort of 3 months is what I aim for. It depends on how long the color choices take, but it could be about 3 months. And yeah, but if it's like I've got a commission for a table at the moment where that's just come in, and it's December it's going to be. So yeah, they take a while. They definitely take a while.
And you have everything can be customized, the different wood, the leather, all sorts of things.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And we have loads of different timbers: oak, ash, we have walnut, we have black and white ebony, mun ebony, zebrano, panga panga. Honestly, the list goes on. And again, with the leathers, you could have a printed surface, or you could have an inlaid surface. I'm actually doing a marquetry board for a gentleman at the moment. So yeah, there's loads of decisions. Then you got all your cube decisions and your checkers designs on that. It goes on. So it's a real enjoyable process to make these decisions and come up with something. And I sort of get to know the person as well and what they want from the backgammon board, and I try and put their energy into the board and create something that's really special, like it's like a custom suit. It's designed for the person.
And so we're looking at the club room, the different parts of the website. People can have general discussions, questions
Yeah,
and answers.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go through and see. You mentioned you had some events. So, oh, these are nice. So these are pictures from the different events.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And it's it's hard to keep it all going because there's so many balls to keep in the air.
I
But
know.
it's definitely it's happening. And then we got some master classes. Uh,
Classic.
so these are some at the moment it's just Chouette rules and backgammon real rules, but
Right.
we're able to get some other stuff by some of the Bone Club pros, which we're lucky enough to have Sebastian Wilkinson and Oliver Squire as our two Bone Club sponsored pros. And yeah, they're doing awesome at the moment in the UBC
I
contest.
know. I was watching them, and I actually had the pleasure of meeting both of them in person.
Okay.
They came to the tournament in Los Angeles at different dates. This year, Oliver came, or this past year, Oliver came uh, with his friend, and the previous year, Sebastian came with Fernando Bracconi.
Yeah, they're great. They're really they're
Yeah.
great people, and they're both destined for great wins. And it's just exciting to watch their progress. To
Yeah.
have to have two in the final eight, We'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Oliver came with his friend Martin Barkwell,
Yeah,
and he's just fantastic. I remember there was a match between the two of them in some prestigious tournament where there was like an end game cube that was like Oliver was an underdog, but it was still a correct double. I don't know if you
yeah.
ever saw that one. Uh,
No,
good.
did
Okay.
he win?
I can't remember. I can't remember. This is the brochure. There'll be a link in the description. I'll let you talk through it.
Okay, yeah. So this is the brochure. We got Shabaka, then Wonder, and if you that's quite interesting. The checkers, if you go back on that, you can notice the checkers there are made of black and white ebony as well, and they've actually got weights inside them because just the wood on its own would be too light for a checker. So we put the weights inside them just to make them feel nice, and yeah, they're great to play with those. And yeah, the shakers as well are made from ebony and black and white. Yeah, these are the Bones logos that it's all came from when I was at the casinos learning how to play backgammon properly. And there was a guy that used to say the bones are talking to you. When if you knock the doubling cube while you were playing, it was the bones are talking to you. And the reason being that going back in time, the bones were, the dice were made from bones, the pieces were made from bones, and that's why it's called Bone Club, really. And that's the Zebrano. Yeah, it's really, really nice. And that's sort of book matched as well. So you get the central line with the two pieces on the outside.
Some
Just about the
descriptions. People
colors.
people can read through this.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's Bowie with, yeah. And that's again about decisions. That is Goldie,
Wow.
Zebrano board.
Oh, this is yeah.
Bowie,
Yeah.
Wonder.
Yeah.
That's really nice. That's the pale moon. That's the walnuts. Davis,
Davis. It's the Marley one, right?
Marley, yeah. Franklin. This is the one I wanted to show you. So this was
Ashcraft.
Ashcroft. Yeah, this was the same, exactly the same as Shabaka, but it was a test board that I did out of walnut and oak. It sounds ridiculous that the walnut and oak was a test board, but it was because the Macassar ebony and the brass was just ridiculous amounts of money for that timber. So I wanted to just make sure it worked. So I made this one first. This is
Wow.
like the maquette, but it was a gorgeous board, really was.
This is the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Shabaka. And then we're in the realms of the tables, Gallagher. And a lovely steel cube there. It's an example of a custom cube,
Mhm.
Alex and Andrew. And they, yeah, their board was done in the colors of their wedding as well. So,
Well,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
the
So,
checkers and the dice cups and shakers.
yeah. Yeah, so this is Bowie again. It was just a promotional video for that. And yeah, it shows it in all its glory, really. It's a real lovely board. It's nice to hear this online with the music as well.
Yeah, we'll have a link to it so people can actually watch it with the music. Okay, and this is the 3D. You can see the
Yeah, so this is what we do with most of our products that we custom make for people. We'll give them a 3D view of the cube or the board or the table, so they get a real good idea of what they're going to get. They can have a great look around because these things cost a lot of money, so there's no point, um, just having a go and doing it and just saying, "Oh, see if you like it." We really try to give them a good concept of what they're going to get.
and this is one of the boards, so you can actually
Yeah. Yeah, this board here is Jazzberry Blue. So I did this as a test to show people, and then you can change the frame color. If you click on that, it should, yeah, there you go. And
Close it.
open and close it, so you can have a look at the exterior. And this is
Oh,
the idea that I was going to do for the custom boards, the collaborating boards, and yeah, some people's artwork would go on that.
oh, so one side would be one color and the other would be a different
No,
color?
no,
Oh,
there's actually only artwork on the top. It should be on both sides.
oh, I
It's
see.
just,
I see. Okay.
yeah. So maybe go to the next one.
This is the
This is
next.
another example. This is a company called Print Them All, and they have real high end artists, and I mean mega artists.
Oh, wow.
their artwork sells
Wow.
a lot of money, and you can flick through and see some of these amazing boards.
And then
And then again, you got your timber options. So this is so that they could choose
with
which
you.
when best with which board. And
And then
again, if you open and close them and flick through the
wow.
art,
Wow. This
no,
it's not just a backgammon board, it's a piece of art.
yeah, yeah, and these are all sort of limited edition as well, and so yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a project that's in process at the moment. So yeah,
Oh, this
this
is
is a board
awesome.
I did for Paul Smith. I just sent him the board. So yeah, he was very pleased with it. And then
Beautiful.
if you open the board, you can have a look at the
Close
outside.
it. Oh, wow.
It's got the signature Paul Smith stripes on it.
And this was the Dublin cube. Oh, very good. And now this one.
Yeah, so this is a competition board that's getting made at the moment. It's a chouette board, and it's going to have the nice chouette set, custom chouette set with. We spent quite a while trying to work out the right colours, and we think we're there now. We've got one more meeting to decide, but you can you know if you do the inner and click and go to the next one, the green. Is it changing?
It's changing.
Right. And then do another one.
Black and
Oh
gray.
no, it was the dark green with the dark bridge. So both dark.
This
That's
one.
fine. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what we're going to go with. But we've decided we're not going to have the bridge, the leather in the middle. It's just going to be like a normal bar there, so that the hinges will be visible. But we decided that it's such beautiful wood. Why hide even a little small bit of it? So yeah, it's going to be great. That.
All right, now you're going to give us a walkthrough of your workshop. I think this is fantastic. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So here we are. This is the workshop here. We've got a few boards hanging around. We've got Bones there. The logo. There's his hat, and there's his magic wand. Then this is sort of like the seating area where I do quite a lot of work and have chouettes and games on the lovely table. We got the artwork, which is done by the same chap, Guy McKindley, who did he did the same guy that did my logo. Got the fire because it gets very, very cold in here in the winter. And then here, this is like the leather area. That's where I'm doing all my making lining shakers, checkers, inlaying boards, all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, and now we've got timber here. So just a few that are just lying around. That's the Zebrano. That's some Mun ebony, which is really gorgeous. And then you got that Panga Panga. Some more Mun there. Some walnuts, some ash. So yeah, all kinds of stuff there. And then you're into the main area. That's just like a working table that I keep all my, projects on that I'm flipping around in between. There's, you can see a Jazzberry Blue one there. I'll talk you through some of those in a minute. You got some of the tools here. And then, yeah, so that's the quick tour. Got a couple of things lying around. This is some really interesting ostrich hide, which is crazy stuff. But it's going to go on a board that I'll show you in a minute. This is some black and white pale moon ebony, which is very, very cool. This is a table that I'm making, and it's just a practice table that I'm having a go at. You can see that this is the same as Shabaka, in so much as all these pieces, the thicknesses of all these pieces here, are numbers from the Fibonacci sequence. So you got 89, 34, 21, 55. They're all, numbers from Fibonacci. Yeah, and then out the window, can you see that? We've got the nice green. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then we've got over here, we've got one of the Bowie boards. And if I'll just do the locks. And there is the board itself. The checker's got a lovely sound to him. And the dice cups. Okay, and this is the board that I mentioned before. This is a Macassar ebony. It's really lovely dark timber. It's got the nice joints on it. It's not going to have that playing surface in. It's going to have a different surface, but it will end up with the ostrich hide on the outside. So yeah, that's going to be really nice. So yeah, so that's the workshop.
Wow, what a wonderful overview of your workshop and all of your boards. So beautiful. It's like when I look at this, I feel like I'm in an art museum.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I enjoy playing backgammon, and one of the aspects that I enjoy is like the different colors, the different types of boards, the textures. It's really like a work of art. You could have an art museum with your boards.
How many boards have you got?
I don't have too many, but I'd love to collect. It's a little hard for me to collect boards. I have too much on my plate with like work and my kids and things like that. Maybe in the future, yeah, I'd love to get one of these. I would love to have something like this uh, at home, like a table board, and then you could play on it, and sometimes you can put like a sheet of glass over it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
use it as a workspace or a dining table or something like that.
yeah. So this is ah, that's just showing the tabletop board in two different colors. So you could have it ash and walnut, or you can have it oak and walnut. Sorry, yeah, oak and walnut on the right. But here, so this is a table that I'm working on somebody, and it's really nice. But it's also got that. So you drop the leaves into the table, and it becomes a table, full table as well. So you would take those out, and it will end up as a board.
Wow,
Nice, isn't it?
beautiful. Okay, that was such a great overview of your beautiful boards. Thank you very much for your time. Is there anything else that we didn't get to that you'd like to mention?
Um, just I just hope that people can come along to some of the events that we put on. That's what I really like. We put on monthly, well, sorry, 2 times a month we put on events in Lancashire. There's often bits and bobs going on in London at some of the private members clubs. I go down to these places, fancy places in Mayfair, and put events on for them. It's a, it's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah,
thank
so come along and hopefully we can see you there. You can have a game on a board, and I'd love to just play backgammon with people. Really.
Yeah, thank you for your efforts. And then if people want to order, they can just click on the website, on the card or something like that, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Just give us a call. It's all custom, so it is sometimes difficult just to say I'll buy one of those off the internet. It's more like, give me a call and we'll get it sorted and arranged. But yeah, people should join and become a member of the club as well. That would be really nice.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Any final comments before we conclude the video?
Just thank you really for doing this. It's really great for to have a platform to show my stuff. Really love what you're doing, and yeah, thanks so much, Alex.
It's a pleasure to have you. You're certainly welcome back anytime. The viewers really enjoy looking at the boards and especially like how you make them and all the different colors. Thank you for all of your efforts. Again, you have an open invitation to return at your convenience. We'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you to the viewers for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love Backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, and until then, keep rolling your dice.